Hi everyone, it's Rachel from Karmic Creations, and we are continuing counting down our 30 Days to Burning Man videos. Today we have 18 days left until Burning Man 2018, and it's just me today, no Rich, because I'm going to be talking about tips for ladies at Burning Man. There's a lot of stuff that we have to kind of deal with that men at Burning Man might not have to deal with. So, of course, one of the big things about that would be getting your period at Burning Man. So the main thing I would say about getting your period is like not to freak out. Like if you know you're scheduled to get your period, it's not like the worst thing in the world. You just have to prepare and just make sure you have everything with you. Bring supplies, of course, so even if you're not scheduled to get your period, it's a good thing to bring like whatever you use for that time of the month, because I've heard like actually stories where women who absolutely are always on time for their period, they just maybe happen to get an extra period at Burning Man. Burning Man is like a lot on your body and it changes a lot about your body. It's really overwhelming and different, so your body might just decide like, hey, I'm gonna have an extra period this week. So just bring like your tampons or cup, your napkins, whatever you usually bring. And if you don't end up using it, maybe another woman in need might be able to benefit from that. If you use tampons for that time of the month, it's up to you whether you want to bring like the type with an applicator or without. There are benefits and cons for both. If you want to bring the kind with an applicator, it's good because it's if your hands are kind of not the cleanest out there, you know, you're doing a lot, it's dusty, you don't get to properly wash them all the time, it's better to use the applicator. If you decide to use the type without an applicator, you just have to make sure your hands are clean, of course, before you use them. The upside of those is that it will create less moop, so it's really up to you. And I've heard a lot of good things about the menstrual cup. I've never actually used it myself, but a lot of women really love it, especially for Burning Man, I've heard. But you should definitely make sure you know how to use it prior to going out on the playa. So you just want to make sure you know how to use it, and you don't want to be like stuck in a porta potty just trying to figure out like how to get that going. Doesn't sound like very much fun. And if you are on like hormonal birth control, like the pill or I guess the patch, I've heard or apparently you can switch your or reset your cycle. So if you want to just take the next pack of pills right after your active pills, then you will just not have your period that week. So if you're comfortable doing that, then a lot of people view that as a kind of a miracle about birth control. Speaking of porta potties and that on that subject, as I said in the porta potty video, don't hover over the seat. It's really better if everyone didn't hover. The porta potties will be a lot cleaner. If you really do hover, just make sure you like look behind you, just leave it clean or as clean as you came in there or better. And as also I mentioned in the porta potty video, it's good to maybe bring like a pee funnel with you if you're a girl. It makes things easier if you don't want to like run to the porta potty in the middle of the night. It's good to just have maybe a little container in your tent for emergencies, and if you want to bring a pee funnel, it just makes things a lot easier. And yeah, just if you bring like tampons or baby wipes, you cannot throw those in the porta potties. The porta potties can only take anything from your body or 1-ply toilet paper. So you need to bring like a Ziploc bag or a bag and throw all those things in there, put it in your backpack, and take it back to your trash at camp. And moving on to our next topic, so that's pretty much all I have to say about like, periods and Burning Man. Clothing for women, bring cotton, natural fiber underwear. It's extremely important that you don't wear like spandex or anything that's not gonna let like your lady bits breathe. It's extremely hot out there. You want to bring cotton. My rule is 2 pairs a day minimum, because you just want to make sure that you don't get any like infections out there, because apparently it's extremely easy for you to like get off kind of your pH balance. The alkaline dust is extremely dry. You just want to make sure you're paying attention to your body. So just change your knickers regularly. Bring a lot of pairs. Bring a lot of pairs of cotton socks. If you want to kind of fix your nails for out there too. A lot of people like to paint their nails because you don't want to really see all the dust and all the dirt that's underneath them. So it's like another little beauty tip. Other beauty tips. Some girls like to get their eyelashes done. I've never done it myself. I wouldn't recommend it if you're not used to getting your lashes done. But if you don't want to like wear a bunch of makeup or anything, my friend has suggested doing that. She likes to get lashes done because it kind of just makes your eyes pop a little bit without having to like put makeup on. So it's really whatever makes you comfortable. As far as like beauty and stuff, it's nice to like be cute and like of course you should be cute and like feel awesome, but just don't worry too much about like your looks. Just try not to like be too vain in that department because it just might ruin your burn. Just I prefer to make sure I'm having fun and that I'm comfortable over like elaborate makeup, because then you have to take off the makeup and make sure you don't get all the moop from taking off the makeup everywhere. So if you do have to wear makeup, just bring some like maybe beauty wipes. I like to bring those. They're super useful and it's really easy to use them. Another great beauty tip is about body hair on playa. As I said, it's extremely hot. You don't want to have to really worry about anything when you're out there. So pretty much the one time a year that I like to is I get a bikini wax before Burning Man, as many other women do, and then you just don't have to worry about it. Like, you won't be as hot. It's super easy and it's super useful. It's really better than shaving, I think, in my opinion, because if you do decide to shave anywhere on your body at Burning Man, those little hairs are going to be moop and you have to make sure you throw those in the trash as well. I mean, it's really up to you and your style. If you just want to leave it, then hey, like, it's Burning Man. Do whatever makes you comfortable. But that's my little tip. It's a great thing to do. Just get a bikini wax if you're comfortable with that. And if you do that, just make sure you do it like a few days in advance before you go out there, because you're gonna get a little sensitive. So I wouldn't recommend doing it like right before you leave for Burning Man. As I mentioned before, you can easily get infections out there. So like a lot of women end up getting yeast infections or like UTIs. It's never happened to me, knock on wood, but I think as long as you kind of take care of yourself and like don't wear the same pair of underwear for a long period of time, use baby wipes, just that will pretty much help prevent that and keep your pH in balance. If you want to just take precautions, a lot of women like to bring some over-the-counter yeast infection medication, because trust me, if you end up getting a yeast infection in the beginning of the week or even the middle, it's just going to be super uncomfortable for the rest of Burning Man, and you're going to be thinking about it the whole time. So it's good to take a precaution on the over-the-counter medication. And if you can, maybe go to your doctor to get a prescribed UTI medication, even if you're not prone to that stuff. As I said about the periods being a surprise, it just might come as a surprise, so it's just best to be prepared just in case. Speaking of which, preparing your body for Burning Man, it's good to drink lots of water when you're there. It will flush out your system. It prevents things like UTIs. Some people like to bring like cranberry tablets. Start drinking cranberry juice before you head out there. Cranberry really also flushes out your system, so it's a good way to prevent that from happening as well. And last but not least, as a woman at Burning Man, and in the regular world too, but especially at Burning Man, you just want to be like self-aware and aware of your surroundings, because Burning Man is a really like open and friendly place, and most people are friendly and look out for each other, but you just want to make sure that you don't get taken advantage of, or other women don't get taken advantage of. So if you do ever feel like you need some sort of support, there's always safe space camps for women that you can find. If you see like another woman maybe who's in a weird situation, or some kind of strange guys seems like he's bothering her, maybe just go and try to see if you can help her out. It's just important to be aware of like yourself and of others. And a big one is do not take open drinks. When you're at Burning Man, there's a lot of bars and a lot of people giving you stuff. So most of the time, the bars will just hand you a closed drink, or you'll use your own portable cup and they'll pour it for you from the bottle. You can really tell if it's a new drink. So my advice is not to take anything that's been opened and then given to you, because you never know. So just to be safe, watch out for things like that. Watch out for your other women around you, and have a great burn. Feel free to say hi to me on Playa. Feel free to come say hi to Rich, and we will see you there.